I learned a lot about Kwame Nkrumah, who's the first president of Ghana, right? Mm-hmm. And what I didn't know when I got there is Ghana's the first African country to gain its independence from colonialism.
To visit for flashy content.
You look so pretty. Welcome to Lagos.
You see, these visits have sparked some form of cultural phenomenon. But at the same time, it raises the question, are these trips really fostering genuine cultural connections? Are they boosting Africa's tourism? Or simply they are just clout-chasing opportunities for American celebrities?
Hi darlings, welcome to another episode right here on the stable. I mean the stable of vibes upon vibes with Chivik. Welcome guys, and how are you doing? If you are new here, you are highly welcome. Kindly join this amiable family as you smash on the subscription button. At the end of the day, yes, if you actually do like it on here. If you like this video, at the end of the day, hit on the like button and share it as well so that more people will get to know. So guys, quickly into the cross of the matter. The bottom line of this video is definitely me going to be reacting to a video of a creative trying to depict and deduce a point from the idea of what it is for the country Ghana based on their actions and announcement on the homecoming of African Americans into the motherland Ghana, and as well the influx of African Americans into the motherland Ghana. What it means for Africa, what it means for Ghana, and what it means for West Africa. We will take a look at that first and we'll be right back.
I learned a lot about Kwame Nkrumah, who's the first president of Ghana, right? Mm-hmm. And what I didn't know when I got there is Ghana's the first African country to gain its independence from colonialism.
To visit for flashy content.
You look so pretty. Welcome to Lagos.
You see, these visits have sparked some form of cultural phenomenon. But at the same time, it raises the question, are these trips really fostering genuine cultural connections? Are they boosting Africa's tourism? Or simply they are just clout-chasing opportunities for American celebrities?
Yes, good looking, yo. You never thought me milk come to Ghana ride with y'all. Celebrities don't do this.
And then let's talk about the unintended consequences for the locals. So back in 2019, Ghana kicked off the year of return, essentially calling on Black and African people in diaspora to come back home to Africa.
All my niggas, that's a tribe that we live in America. All my niggas, look where we at. We back home. Everyone from Ghana, everyone from this continent, they welcomed us. Man, we couldn't thank you enough.
They said, come back home, come back and connect. Come back and connect to your roots. That is 400 years after the first enslaved Africans were shipped off the coast of West Africa. And this move was a massive hit. Some of the biggest celebrities over the next couple years would visit Ghana. I'm talking Ludacris, Kendrick Lamar, Chance the Rapper, Dave Chappelle.
Make some noise for your American family that came home to see you. Make some noise for African fathers and mothers. Tonight is a very special night.
You see, historically, Africa, particularly West Africa, has been portrayed negatively by Western media.
Every day we look for stories from Africa, and every day we see the same stuff. Corruption trials, attempted coups, terror attacks, and so on. It makes you wonder, does nothing good happen in Africa? Or is it always just bad news? Well, it turns out it's not an Africa problem, it's a media problem.
And this has generally led to the reluctance of Americans and even Europeans to visit the continent. But then, with a few factors like Year of the Return, Afrobeats becoming very popular and big internationally, and the internet as well, all of this came together to help reshape the narrative of Africa.
Travel with me to Lagos, Nigeria for the first time.
Oga, I'm going to Nigeria. Come to Nigeria with me.
UK don't time you. I just want to go back to my country, Nigeria, and have the song for body, the song.
And then people started to see it more as a place of pride, culture, and opportunities. And so over the next couple years, from 2019, many Black American celebrities would start to publicly speak very positively about Africa.
After you go to Africa, you got to go to Ghana first, then you need to go to Botswana, because you need to see what Botswana is the second richest diamond producer nation in the world. Them black people over there got something. And then you got to go to Johannesburg. That's what you got. You got to do that jump right there. Once you see that, you'll understand who we are. Them Africans ain't stole nothing from us. They talk about Burna Boy stole this. No, we stole from Burna Boy. Them Africans is us, man. They the beat, they the rhythm, they the soul, they the hard work. We get our courage from them. When you see them people, they look just like your family.
But then with all of these positives also came some negatives. And let's not forget, with the year of return, several other non-celebrities from America, I'm talking about black Americans, started to move to Ghana.
Black people all around the world are moving to Africa. In Ghana, the Black Star State, the gateway to Africa, is receiving most of us.
Ghana created a great infrastructure to help bring these people back home. That is a place that is originally their home from 400 years ago when their ancestors were taken away. Celebrity side, however, there were some issues. Well, some things that caused some uproar on social media. Let's talk about a few of them. In 2024, one of the biggest streamers in the world, Cenat, pulled up in Lagos.
Hey guys, I'm giving him a name. Yes. Okay. From now on, yes. Now, find me on my way.
As he got to the airport, he was welcomed by another massive online Nigerian personality, Shank.
I'm out here with your dad.
I'm in Nigeria.
He's also one of the craziest people in Nigeria, and he would go on to chant Femi Omowere.
I'm giving Father my name. What is that? From now on,
a welcome, very reflective of Nigerian culture. And it was nice. It was nice to see, Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. And it also looked like Cenat was at home, or at least he felt at home. And while Kai was in town for the next couple of days, he would go on to explore Lagos, one of the craziest cities in Africa. He had a great time hanging with Davido.
I love you, bro. What's up, bro?
Alpha.
Yo, bro.
What's up? Hey, what's up, chat?
Hey, it's not chat.
What's up, chat? We love chat.
They're going crazy right now. Yes, sir.
Made videos with Shank. Shank took him to Lagos Island.
What's your name? Yo, she is beautiful, bro. Look at her face. Teeth. Beautiful, bro. Damn. What's your name?
Chison.
Wait, Louis Vuitton. Wait, that's Louis. Louis.
Let me go. See, Louis. Tell me, if you buy this Louis, police will arrest you. You are going to sleep in jail.
But one part that caused a bit of controversy was when Shank was taken to a place in Lagos called Makoko. Makoko is one of the most impoverished places in Nigeria.
We love you. Once again, we love you. I want to go.
And so a lot of people were asking, why did you take him to Makoko? But then it begs the question, if Kai was in Nigeria and wanted to visit the different parts of Nigeria, who are we to limit him to just the nice parts, right? But some people saw it as like, bro, of all places that you could go, why go to Makoko? Because, a visit like that would further push the stereotype of Africa. But personally, if you ask me, I don't really see a problem. As a matter of fact, at no point was Kai disrespectful to anyone in that place.
Hi. But this made me realize in life you gotta be very grateful for shit. Like you gotta be very grateful, bro, because what the Hi. This is like, bro, this is crazy, bro. We gonna see exactly what they need, what I can do to help them, and then they said the most that I can do today is give them the money to give to them to see what they need. This is another classroom, so they learn stuff at. I went to school in a class that's 5 times bigger than this, bro, and we complain about going to school, bro. I'm going to help you today, okay? Yeah.
And let's not forget, a couple days after, he would visit one of the nicest schools, British International School.
Where's the classroom? Yeah. Let's go to class.
Where you at the school?
You glazing?
Nah, I love you, though.
You glazing.
Nah, I love you. I said I love you.
I love you too, bro.
You love me, right?
Yeah, I love you too, bro.
As a matter of fact, in his recently concluded streamathon, is that what they call it? It's basically where he streamed for several days, like a marathon. Do people run marathons for several days? But you get my point. He was streaming for many days. A part of the revenue that he made from that streaming goes to helping build a school. I think the school that he visited while he was in Lagos, in Makoko.
Oh, also, good cause too. 20% of what's coming in going to a school I'm building in Nigeria. Chat.
Take the whole thing.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you. I'm trying to show you. So this is the layout so far. Like, I want it to be on some shit like this. So chat, let me show y'all. So this is how I want it to be. The school in Nigeria, I want it to be on some shit like this. So this month a lot of the money is going straight to here. Cause I know I went to Nigeria. Have you been to Nigeria?
Yeah.
What?
So he's done his thing. He's done his CSR, right? Now let's compare this to McMill's visits to Ghana. This one personally pissed me off. 2 years ago, McMill visits Ghana. He was having such a great time.
Movie.
You know that this guy would film a music video in the president's house called the Jubilee House. Now, the Jubilee House is equivalent to Nigeria's Aso Rock or America's White House. And this guy filmed some music video rapping about the bitches and about drugs and guns. And it's like, this is so disrespectful. You'd never do this in America. So why then do you think it's okay to do that kind of thing in Africa? It's rude. Kendrick Lamar also visited Ghana, but his trip was mostly positive.
Say hi, I'm live.
Other people like Dave Chappelle.
Everyone bear witness. Tonight we were all together. We were all peaceful. We were all happy. We were all respected.
Recently, Steve Harvey visited Zambia. As a matter of fact, Steve Harvey was invited by the Zambian government to come help explore opportunities in the film space in Zambia.
We also like what you've done for yourself, your family, for your business, the industry, where Africa sits, and how you can help to get Africa take its place in this industry.
When Steve Harvey was meeting with the president, this happened.
Steve Harvey arrived and was to meet the president. As he got in the room to meet the president, there was supposed to be a slide where he explained what his plan was. But when Steve Harvey got there and the slide were not going according to how he wanted, he got very, very upset. Watch.
What were the first thing I know? Can we move the slide, please? Somebody. Next. We don't need to go who I am. I'm famous. They just skipped out. Listen.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
If I may, Mr. Harvey, just a quick moment. Really just from an introductory perspective, I think we've covered a bit and we'll definitely dive into the slides. I wanted to perhaps allow for the President to provide some opening remarks because we'll get because there's some aspects the media would have to excuse the meeting. That's a long I think what we'll do, before the media excuse the meeting, Mr. President, we'd like to allow, first and foremost, for you to essentially begin your opening remarks, and then at that point, we'll certainly request the media to excuse the meeting before diving into the details of the slides.
Basically, people felt like Steve Harvey, his reaction in this setting was very disrespectful.
So this man was clearly trying to save the day by saying, no, just introduce yourself quickly in front of the president, so we can move on. Steve Harvey said, I'm already a superstar. I don't need to do no introduction. No African will they do that in front of another African president. Doesn't matter your level. And a lot of Zambians had a lot of things to say. Listen to this guy.
We are allowing him to make money here. He should be putting some respect on our head of state.
The way he was so reluctant in extending his hand to greet the president, I didn't like that.
Considering the fact that the president of the country was sitting right in front of him. You see, tourism is a very big market and opportunity. It's been said that for every $1 invested on tourism, returns of up to $10 can be seen. Essentially times 10 of the initial investment can be seen from every amount invested into tourism. But the problem is Africa has never really tapped into the potentials of tourism, and it's a shame considering the great weather that we have and several other beautiful elements that we can benefit from a touristic perspective. Countries like Rwanda understood early enough the importance of tourism, and Rwanda would go on to partner with Arsenal FC, and they leveraged on this partnership where they branded the country's name on the chest of Arsenal players. That really helped to reimagine the tourism sector and generally the branding of Rwanda. At the moment, Africa accounts for only 2.5% of the entire global tourism revenue. Obviously, it was a very brilliant move that Ghana would make a move like that. As a matter of fact, even the recent 30 December that we just concluded, you see the amount of people that went back to Nigeria. It's crazy. But then there are a few challenges that comes with this. When I went to Ghana earlier last year, I was told that there are certain areas that rent in those areas now they charge in dollars. Bro, the official currency for Ghana is cedis. So why are you charging in dollars? Makes no sense. But the reason behind that was the fact that many people were moving from other climes and other countries that can afford it. I remember that since 2020, many Western companies now allow their staff to work full-time remotely, and so you see people who work remotely with American, British companies living in Ghana who easily can afford this lifestyle. Then that affects the locals because they can't even afford to rent in their own areas anymore. I like to make it very clear from a personal perspective. I believe that everyone whose lineage traces back to Africa should definitely be given the opportunity to come back home. As a matter of fact, I think it's very important. I think that essentially that's the ultimate way that us as a race and as a people can start to not only reshape our narrative but also make our lives better. And just to make it clear, I'm in full support of the idea behind Ghana's The Year of Return. As a matter of fact, as a Nigerian, I'm ashamed as to why Nigerian government wouldn't create something of that nature. But then when you look at it as well, we really do not have the infrastructure for that, if we're being very honest. And so I think it's very important that in the next couple decades, it should be seen as an essential part of what the government of these countries, specifically the West African countries, should address. How do we make this make sense for everybody on both sides? And then to the celebrities, if you know you're going to Africa to take the piss, if you know that you're going to Africa to just boost your ego, I'm gonna need you to change your ways and don't do that nonsense in 2025. I'll be very angry. You need to understand that this is beyond aesthetics. This is people's real life. In ways that you can help give back to the community and respect people's local culture.
He also went ahead to expose the attitude, some of the attitude, actions and inactions on the negative and on the positive of what the impact of the incoming or influx of African Americans to Ghana, to Nigeria definitely means. Now, he went ahead to even expose some underlying opinions, some underlying actions, or some underlying factors of we as West Africans, as Ghanaians, as Nigerians, and as countries in West Africa that we need to be very transparent with if we want to be seen on the limelight of whether we are portraying ourselves as what we are or not. And on the grounds that if we are seeking for a better narrative, just like you've heard, as West Africans, as Nigerians, as Ghanaians, as a country in a nutshell, we should definitely portray the good, the bad, and the ugly, just the way it is, and majorly promote more of what we have going as the good resources, the good narrative, the good culture, the good heritage of us as countries, as nations, in West Africa down to Africa. And guys, in summary and in conclusion, to add to what we have heard, we have seen, I would say that the idea and the narrative of the homecoming of African Americans in the motherland Ghana, which is preeminent, and I think is the only country that has initiated, stamped, and welcomed this idea, this development. I would say definitely of a truth that on one hand, it is definitely going to change the narrative of West Africa and Africa on the positive, not just changing the narrative based on the fact that what people already from the Western European countries think and perceive about West Africa and Africa has been drastically changed. Like it has been really almost wiped off from the slate on the wrong narrative, that people are now seeing that in West Africa, as a country like Ghana, there's definitely more on the positive compared to what people have actually noted and known West Africa or have thought of the country Ghana, Nigeria in a nutshell. We cannot really say we want to liken, compare, or contrast between Ghana and Nigeria in this aspect, because on one hand, Nigeria is Nigeria, different from Ghana, based on our own cultural differences, values, resources, and what have you. And we can say of a truth that on this hand, we know that Nigeria really has been on a bad slate, that we are still trying to see how we can come out of it, make amends. So if Nigeria is part of West Africa and Ghana is part of West Africa, and this idea, just like suggested, should be welcomed in West Africa, Pan-Africanism of bringing in or welcoming in the citizens of African Americans or West Africans who have long been lost, bringing them back home is definitely a welcome idea, because this will not just aid in the economy of the country, the growth, the success of the country alone, but will definitely give chances and rooms for us to, secure what we have, hold fast what we have, appreciate what we have first as Africans in the continent of Africa down to West Africa, before we can even sit down and open our eyes more to what the Europeans, the Western and the British have really sapped out of us, have taken out of us, right? Of us, and look forward to how we can begin to manage ourselves. We can begin to build ourselves. So if everybody or every country is opening up their country, their borders legally for the homecoming of African Americans, whether for one reason or the other, based on the positive ground, I think it is a welcome idea and a welcome development. Remember, no country can exist on its own. What most countries have been debating on is not a denial of other countries coming in to their country, but coming in the right way, the right path, and for the right reason, and maintaining the law, the culture, the heritage of what that country stands to represent at the long run. So it will definitely be a thing for Nigeria if they, first of all, start by working on themselves, cleaning their mess, their loopholes first, before we can even sit down and begin to say, if we want to do better as a nation, just like Ghana has going on, we should start from the grassroots, from the base, right? By getting it right within ourselves. Just like Ghana at the end of the day has everything set up, well structured, well mapped out before inviting and welcoming people into the country. So if your home is not in order, I don't see reasons how you can definitely, invite people. So you must first put your home in order. And that's why I say at the end of the day, it is not just the infrastructure, it is not just the companies that are owned by even the foreigners, the Western European, the British, Chinese companies that makes up or build or adds up to what builds a country's economy, a country's development, growth, and success. No, it is definitely the ability of we knowing what we have, taking back what we have, owning what we have, managing it, maintaining it, living right, holding ourselves accountable, living the right path, putting our home in order at the long run before we can come up to say we want other people to come join us to the growth and success and development of our country. So for Ghana, I would say it is a pass. For Nigeria, I would say we have a long way to go. And for other countries in West Africa who would definitely want to see this as a welcome development, should first look within themselves and know if it's definitely going to serve them right, or are they even ready at the moment or not? Are they prepared? Prepare yourself. If you're welcoming people home, put the grounds, put the place ready, so that when they come, they will see where to sit down, where to step on and start up as their starting point or the beginning of their journey. So the homecoming for African Americans down to their roots, Ghana is a yes, and for Nigeria is a no. Reasons based on this point I have cited. And yes, Ghanaians will always hold their leaders accountable. They will always hold their culture, their heritage, the peace, the safety of their country to the highest level and to the highest extreme. Yes, and that is why they are thriving and succeeding since the announcement and pronouncement of the homecoming of African Americans. And let's see how it plays out, guys. So it is definitely not a scam. It is a reality and will be a welcome development to not just West Africa, but the continent of Africa. So every country in the map of West Africa and Africa should look forward to that. But get yourself prepared, get your loins guard. As a citizen, hold yourself responsible, hold yourself accountable to always go to any country for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. Let's see how we can build West Africa. Let's see how we can build the continent of Africa and make it a better space in the map of the world. That is the goal and the objective of this whole agenda, of major reason for me putting out this video here today. So at this point, what are your thoughts, your objectives, your opinion? You've heard from my brother's reaction, and I also have reacted based on what I think. So leave yours in the comment section and let's have this conversation rolling. And whatever it is, positive, negative, whatever you think, leave it in the comment section. At this point, if you're yet to like this video, kindly hit on the like button. I beg of you. Share this video and subscribe if you're not. Please don't make it your last, and remember to always keep it real, happy, safe and blessed. This is me, this is I, your host, the ambassador one of the motherland Ghana. Any other na counterfeit. Exactly. And that is it, guys. Let's keep the spirit lively, let's keep the spirit burning. One love West Africa, one love Ghana, Nigeria down to Africa, and Africa to the world. Till I see you in my next one, do have a lovely, peaceful, cheerful, a blessed and a successful weekend out there, wherever you are watching me on the stable of Vibes Upon Vibes with Chivik. And I will see you in my next one. But for now, ciao ciao.